Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Class 10. Let's begin this new academic session by learning with a difference. Taking a quick look at the syllabus for Class 10, we have drama, Act 3, Scene 2 to 5, Act 4 and 5, poetry, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, The Patriot, Abu Ben Adam, 9 gold medals, and short stories The Little Match Girl, The Blue Beat, My Greatest Olympic Prize, and All Summer in a Day. In this poem, we shall first study about the poet and why she chose the title. Thereafter, the poet, she gives us a series of contrast between the free bird and the caged bird, which is metaphorically used to heighten the differences between the whites and the African Americans. The poem is divided into 6 stanzas, out of which the sixth stanza is a repetition of the third stanza. The freedom and joy experienced by a bird in its natural and unconfined habitat is expressed and represented by the free bird, whereas the caged bird is unhappy with his life of captivity and he cries out for freedom. In the poem I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou, she herself has written an autobiography in which she appeals for freedom. She is an African American and she felt that there were many restrictions on them in society. This poem deals clearly with the problems related to race, gender, slavery, and freedom. Maya Angelou, through this poem, gives expression to the feelings of these Black Americans and herself as a Black American who was a woman. The title of the poem, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, is linked to the main theme of the poem. It is the caged bird, which is a metaphor for the Black American or for any oppressed man or woman. When Maya Angelou says, I know, it clearly tells us about her involvement. Therefore, in this poem, she tells us about how she knows the reason why the caged bird sings. Because she and other African Americans, who were all oppressed people, are being represented by the caged bird. They can understand what it feels like to be subjected to slavery, indiscrimination, racism, segregation, poverty, etc. The poem at the time was symbolic of not only Maya Angelou, but every black girl growing up in America. Talking about being caged, do you in any way feel like the caged bird? Here I'm not talking about being caged like Maya Angelou, but maybe the things you would have done during your holidays, which you are unable to do at present. The places you might have visited, you can't go. The friends who would have you would have had parties with or gone out on outings, you can't do. So somewhere along the line, do you feel caged? Do you not feel like the caged bird whose wings are clipped and feet are tied and he just sings out for freedom? Well, think about it. And maybe you could write about your experience during this lockdown period? Well, getting back to the topic, Maya Angelou, in the poem I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, says she knows why the caged bird only sings because she herself is the caged bird. And she could do nothing else but voice her resentment and long for freedom. Thus, the title of the poem is apt and justified. I know why the caged bird sings because she knows, Maya Angelou knows, the reason why the caged bird only sings as she is like that caged bird. Your first assignment is about the poet. I would like you to read about the biography of the life of Maya Angelou and give an outline of it. Also mention which life event do you think impacted Angelou's work. All the material you will be able to find on the internet. The other question is, we would like you to write about your experience during this lockdown period. Please write the answers on loose sheets. Thank you.